The Social Security bill has now been passed. President Biden has signed the bill. It is now finalized. This means that millions of Americans are about to see over $300 increase per month on their benefits. Some are going to see $700 a month, and some will average over $1,100 a month as an increase. This is massive. I want to explain what's going on, who's going to be impacted, and how this is going to affect so many more people moving forward as Social Security does change. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So it's no secret, Social Security has been changing. Many people are wanting a massive Social Security reform bill so that every single person that collects this monthly benefit gets a little bit more every single month. However, that's still up for debate and discussion. But this is what happened just recently. Look at this. It says millions will get higher Social Security benefits after Biden signs the Fairness Bill. This happened just yesterday. Look at this right here. I want to play it for you.
Expands benefits for Americans who were previously denied or had reduced Social Security checks because they or their spouses were entitled to public pensions. This now clears the way for teachers, firefighters, police officers, and others in the public sector to receive an increase in their check, which will mean an average about $360 a month.
$360 a month is going to go to about 2.1 million people on Social Security, simply because they or their spouse received a pension. That has been changed. Look at this. It says new Social Security benefit increases for nearly 3 million Americans, but it may trigger higher tax bill and Medicare premium costs. Now, here's what you need to understand. I'm not going to go into all the details of this yet. Okay, I want to give you the facts here, but understand that millions of people are about to receive a huge increase. Look at this. It says how Social Security benefits may change. About 2.1 million beneficiaries, those who were affected by the windfall elimination provision or the WEP, may see a $360 or more monthly benefit on average, according to the CBO's estimates as of December. Okay? Now, here's what you need to understand. It says the WEP, which has now been eliminated, reduced Social Security benefits for workers who also had pension or disability benefits from jobs where they did not pay Social Security payroll taxes. Okay? Again, this is something that some lawmakers question. Why are we going to change this now? But it has been changed. It has been signed and it's official. Look at this. Additionally, about 380,000 spouses would see an average benefit increase of $700 per month, and 390,000 surviving spouses would see an average of $1,190 more. This is according to the CBO's estimates for December of 2025. Okay, now I want to explain a little bit more here. Okay, I want to give you some facts on this, but also give you some updates as to what's coming. Look at this. Speaker Mike Johnson says no cuts to Social Security and Medicare to fund Trump's agenda. It says the Republican Party will not cut benefits. Now, I want to read you a little bit more of this. Look at this. It says no. The president has made clear that Social Security and Medicare have to be preserved. It says Johnson replied when asked if he was open to cutting the programs as part of the spending plans being worked out between House and Senate Republican leaders. It says we have to look at all spending while maintaining. The Republican Party will not cut benefits. That's the good news there. Now, here's where things get interesting. Earlier this week, okay, on Monday, actually Sunday night, we learned from Republican aides and specifically Donald Trump's team that they were having a little bit of a disagreement and they were discussing potentially rolling back some of the all-encompassing tariffs that Donald Trump wants to place on every single country and every single product. Well, according to the aides, they said that no, they were going to target specific countries and go after certain industries, certain sectors. If that were the case, we would see less revenue come in because of tariffs. And then, according to reports, Republicans would need to see a little bit more as far as spending cuts. But Donald Trump says no, that information was false. And that was brought to you by the Washington Post. Now, I don't know if Donald Trump's just kind of playing this game until he gets into office or if that's true. But today is January 8th. Donald Trump will step into office and be inaugurated on January 20th, which is in just 12 days. Now, I want to read you a little bit more. Look at this. It says beneficiaries could see higher taxes on benefits. I know a lot of people have been talking about this, that they'd love to have, a little bit more per month. Okay, the monthly checks just aren't enough to cover the cost of living, like shelter, food, medical costs. And good news for millions of people, they're going to see the medical costs as far as out-of-pocket expenses. It's capped at $2,000. That was a change that just went into effect on January 1st of 2025. This was one of those bills or one of those provisions that was in a previous bill that I believe was signed back in 2023. So again, it took 2 years, but they finally got it done. So good news there. Many seniors will put a little more money back into their pocket as they are not spending so much on out-of-pocket expenses for medicine and things like that. Now, I want to read a little bit more of this. It says, Social Security beneficiaries may have their benefits taxed if their income falls over a certain threshold. It says the additional money may also push some affected beneficiaries into higher tax brackets. It says right here, notably, President-elect Donald Trump has said he wants to nix taxes on Social Security benefit income, though it remains to be seen whether that change will be put into effect. It says, however, per current rules, up to 85% of Social Security benefit income may be taxed. Now, it's not taxed at 85%. It's 85% of your income is taxed at whatever tax bracket you fall into. But this is where many people are now thinking, this increase was a little more substantial than they expected. So for those that are going to get almost a $1,200 per month increase, well, guess what? You are definitely going to be over that little threshold, depending on your age and things like that. So we'll see what happens there. Now, I do want to go and talk about one other thing. Okay? And unfortunately, it's not a great topic, but I want to talk about this. There's an article on Newsweek that says, will Social Security checks be delayed because of Palisades wildfire? If you don't know exactly what's going on, the Palisades wildfire, Pacific Palisades over in near the Los Angeles area, is on fire. We're seeing buildings are collapsing, people are fleeing, some on foot, leaving their cars on the streets and abandoning them as the wildfires were picking up yesterday and even this morning. Businesses are closed. The airport's seeing delays because of the smoke. So again, a lot of issues here. But there's this question, okay? Will Social Security checks be delayed because of the Palisades wildfire? In some cases, yes, but I don't want to address it just based off the Palisades wildfire. I want to talk about kind of the general topic of a disaster, a natural disaster of some kind, whether it's a wildfire, could be a tornado, could be due to ice, which we got reports the other day that down in Texas all the way through Little Rock, Arkansas, could see a massive amount of snow. Dallas, Texas, for instance, could see 6 inches of snow over the next day or two. And the problem is they, on average, get about 1.6 inches of snow per year. So right there, if we see delays in shipping, if you get a physical check, yes, you'll see delays. That's why the Social Security Administration has been pushing more people to go in and get your direct deposit. Don't get a physical check. Get a direct deposit so that on day one, you get your money. Okay, it's there, you can spend it. Unlike people that do get a physical check still, you gotta wait for it in the mail. They go get it cashed at a check cashing place or a bank, and then they can spend it at that point, which again, sometimes pushes them back a few days. So I just want to share that with you because again, we are starting to see a little bit more of these issues, but that's kind of what we know as of today. So yes, the Social Security Fairness Act has been officially passed. Some say that the Trump administration may push back on this a little bit, just because this is going to accelerate Social Security's insolvency by about 6 months, according to the latest updates. So we'll see what happens, but that's what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.